Hello everybody, this is Kyrix with more Let's Play Dragonball Xenoverse as we jump into Celeris' story, The Beerus Saga. Which, as I pointed out in an earlier video, I've finally seen the whole thing on Dragon Ball Super of this saga.
That's strange. I don't see any change.
I'm kinda mixed on... Oh, I skipped the freaking God of Destruction. That makes me sad. Oh well. But, yeah, I'm still really up in the air with Dragon Ball Super. Granted, it's only the first saga, and it's a rehash at that. You know, I mean, it's not even new content. I mean, there's some new content, obviously.
Before creation,
they stretched out a friggin', let's say, hour-and-a-half long movie into 14 episodes. So, there's gonna be some new stuff, but not compared to, say, Raditz, the Raditz Saga versus, say, the Garlic Jr. Dead Zone movie.
Are you a Saiyan? You don't look like a Super Saiyan god.
Nope, just a Super Vegeta level 2.
Good job. You must have done some real damage to Lord Beerus.
If you don't give me my pudding, I'll punish you.
He won't stop. And he's not even fighting at full power?
Goten! Trunks! Become Gotenks right now! We're going to!
Yay! Hey, Catface! Are you seriously throwing a tantrum
Damn,
for some
I
pudding?
thought I got it in
I'll
time.
beat you down so bad. Then maybe you'll learn some manners and stuff.
You Earthlings.
I wonder what the Spirit Bomb would have done to Beerus. Just
But it's utterly
on the off chance that he'd even had it connect.
Even the name is resplendent in deliciousness.
Shut up!
Bad kids who defy.
It's entirely possible that it wouldn't have done a damn thing just based on the whole pure-hearted aspect of it.
Power or you'll lose.
I've heard it pointed out that that's the reason it didn't immediately incinerate Kid Buu,
She just got blown back.
was because, well, he was pure.
Father!
Curse you!
Amazing! This power is even bigger than Goku's! Do it, Father! Beat down that so-called God of Destruction!
Whis!
You rang, Lord Beerus?
It seems Super Saiyan God is nothing but a stupid fantasy, like you said. Screw this. I'm destroying Earth and going home.
I think it's bullshit that he can hurt me,
To become
but
a
he's
Super Saiyan
invincible.
God, I have to gather the energies of anyone who has a righteous heart. Everyone, share your strength with me!
It's Goku. No.
Not anyone with a righteous heart, just saying.
Seems different. I can't sense his power level.
And I don't know if I said this while I was watching it. I think it was while I was watching it, but it might have come up in a video.
Seems that you have succeeded.
What the fuck?
Became a Super Saiyan God?
What in all of the universe
Now,
was such an enormous threat to the ancient
stronger than me,
Saiyans
I won't.
that they would ever need a Super Saiyan God? You know? Because, again, this was something the ancient Saiyans apparently did once. Not just a myth, something that apparently happened
Don't
once.
believe it! You're
So I don't know if
seriously
that's
awesome.
movie canon only or show canon or what. But it was pointed out, at least in the movie, that that's what happened. So what the fuck was so powerful that, first off, 6 good Saiyans even existed at the time and were in a position to fight it, and that they would need that level of fucking power to deal with? I mean, if you think about it, the very fact, if Goku and Vegeta are standard for this case, and let's face it, they're not standard Saiyans by any stretch of the imagination. But if they're the norm for this, once you become a Super Saiyan God, you retain some of that power forever. So that would mean for the rest of that particular Saiyan's lifespan, they would have been just omnipotently powerful.
How does it feel?
It would have been Frieza on a whole other level.
I never knew this world even existed.
And apparently Story of Bardock established that, I want to say it was Chilled was his name,
You don't enjoy the feeling of being a
was
god?
his timeline was the first Super Saiyan with Bardock.
But I hate how I couldn't
And his
fight Lord
people,
Beerus on my
his
own.
lineage specifically, like him, King Cold, Frieza,
Pride will ultimately be
that
your-
they had a stranglehold on the galaxy, right? But if even one partially fucking
Nice! You're even better than I thought.
fucking 0.5% realized Super Saiyan God existed, how would they do that? How would they have any kind of power? I mean, let's just say, for example, that someone... Oh, fuck. Let's go with Saiyan Saga, or rather, first episode of Dragon Ball Z, Power Level 330. Goku had, in that moment, achieved Super Saiyan God.
You seem like an evil guy. So
He
I'll
would
enjoy
have
destroying you.
literally needed to do no training
Earth first.
for the rest of Dragon
Lord
Ball Z,
Beerus,
all the way up until the
please
moment
be
that
careful
Beerus
not to
appeared.
destroy things unnecessarily.
Will you stop that,
I
Demigra,
don't
you
know.
little pig fucker? I'm trying to do a
Gotta
thing.
say, it's reassuring that we have the god of destruction on our side. With
Stop
Lord
sniping,
Beerus
you
backing
whore.
us, Dimmicker won't stand a chance.
Anyway, like I said, if he went Super Saiyan God to fight Raditz for reasons, I mean, this is already way out there, so just run with me here. And he retained a fragment of that power, he would have not needed to train for anything. He wouldn't have needed to heal, because we've established that Super Saiyan God has a ridiculous healing factor to it. You know? And that's great, because that's another one of Goku's moves right there. But yeah, so there would have been no injuries from that. He wouldn't have died, he wouldn't have learned the Spirit Bomb of the Kaioken, but he wouldn't have needed them.
You can do a...
You know? He'd have probably just gone Super Saiyan. He'd have gone to Namek. Well, no, he wouldn't have needed to go to Namek, because fucking Nappa and Vegeta would have... He'd have slapped them and they'd have detonated. You know? Fucking... If he fought Frieza, Frieza could have gone full power and he'd have slapped the living shit out of him. The androids in Cell would not have been a challenge. You know? The whole Buu saga would have been over in an episode. So, what the fuck were they fighting? It wasn't Beerus,
So,
because Beerus didn't know what a Super Saiyan God is. And if he had fought the last one, he'd have damn sure remembered, you know. Likewise, it couldn't have been Whis, because
This is my attendant.
thought Super Saiyan God was a fucking legend too.
Oh, fuck.
Or no, he thought it was a fucking fever dream that Beerus had, basically.
alright, here we go.
Which, if he'd had any experience with the Super Saiyan
Even if my
God...
opponent is the god of destruction, no matter how awful the situation is, there's still hope. We can't give up. You, Goku, and everyone else.
I actually,
That's what you
for
told me.
about a day, had a theory that Whis had been the previous god of destruction. And then I was looking on TV tropes at the character stuff, and it specifically described them as being angels, meaning something completely different than the gods. Just a race that exists to serve them. So no, I don't think he was the previous one, but he might have been the assistant for the previous god of destruction. Because they've implied, and I think it's been stated, that that's a title that can be passed on. And I think it was implied that Beerus won't be the god of destruction forever. It's like, oh, when Beerus finally dies, Goku, you should be the new god of destruction. Oh, it's heat doming.
It's a surprise how
So it
well
couldn't
you
have
are
been
doing
Beerus,
this.
it couldn't have been Whis, it couldn't have been the previous god of
Now,
destruction.
how about we
It
just
wasn't
leave
anyone
it
in
at that?
Frieza's race, because fucking Bardock just needed Super Saiyan 1
Then
to
what, pray tell, is the
make
point
that
of
a
testing?
non-issue.
Oh, be quiet. The battle isn't over
So
yet.
Super Saiyan God wouldn't have been necessary, and at the time, there weren't any other standard Saiyans, let alone 5 more, you know. Although apparently maybe the Proto Saiyans might have worked for that, but again, unnecessary.
Useless. Now that's impressive. Ha!
So what in the world? What could they have possibly fought? And it wasn't pre-Bardock, because, granted, I've only seen an episode of Bardock as envisioned by TFS, which is obviously a parody. Did I kill them both with that? But I mean, even in that parody,
You're pretty good. That was great.
it was obvious that the Proto Saiyans didn't have a concept of any kind of power like that, so they obviously didn't have any kind of Super Saiyan legend of their own.
You're both not bad.
So, what did this... this screams of being yanked out of someone's ass. I mean, obviously all the Super Saiyan forms are yanked out of someone's ass. But this more so than anyone. I mean, the others are at least believable in that they were pretty much invented by the characters, you know? I think Vegeta's the first one to get it in his head that, oh, I'm a Super Saiyan and I've been beaten, so I need to go to a level beyond that. And damned if he didn't find one, you know? Anyway, we'll probably continue this rant in the next episode. But bye, everybody.